Are you? Are you really? Well,
I
good
might
thing we
die.
should be streaming now. People should be able to
Well,
hear us and see us, all that fun stuff. I am still sick, so the voice will be inconsistent. Deal with it. But we're back
Same.
for some first edition Dungeons and Dragons, beginning Temple of Elemental Evil. Good and proper like. Oak has some family stuff, not going to be able to join us tonight, but we'll be back the next time with any luck. But otherwise, we have Richard. Who are you playing tonight, Richard?
Hello, tonight I will be playing Oak's character.
Yes.
Or actually, I will be playing Tristan, the Remuneration Redistribution Specialist, who is level 8. Yes, 8. That is the number.
You guys getting high in level. I'm going to have to throw some level drains at you. Inner voice. Inner voice.
I run away.
Jeff. Who are you playing?
Yeah, I'm playing Talina, who is a fighter who has turned druid. And she is a mighty 5th level.
Yeah. Indeed. Dion.
I am Patty Arquette, the level 5. Please don't level drain me. Barbarian. Yeah.
You're a barbarian. Who would dare to level drain? Who would dare?
Please don't.
You're going to be sitting on that level for a long time with what you need to get up on a barbarian level.
I need like 30,000 more experience.
Exactly. Friendon.
hi, I'm Brendan. I'm playing Grown Wolf. He's a level 7 magic user, a level 3 cleric, a level 9,000 elf, and hopefully I don't have to put him on a shelf at the end of this session.
And a planeswalker of indeterminate level.
That's right.
But
And I have a spiritual weapon now, which I'm excited about. Stab, stab, stab.
Exactly, exactly. So last episode, we were just kind of getting on track with what we wanted to do next. Small shopping episode. Richard handled his acquisitions off camera. What did you end up picking up, Richard?
I rolled a +3 short sword or frostbrand. And a crappy +1 ring of protection.
Hey, that +1 comes in handy.
That helps. Every little stops me from getting stabbed.
It does. It does.
You could always give it to me, and I'll have an AC of 0. Mwah.
But it is unfortunately magic, so it'll distract you by talking to you constantly.
It will never teach you its magics.
And never.
Oh, the barbarian just constantly having that side convo, just always disappointed. Aw. Aw.
All right, so we're going to hand wave the travel. You guys basically traveled from Selene here on the map. Let me get to the map. All right, so from Selene, the fairy state, elven nation for the most part, which, was kind of happy that you helped them solve their slave problem, but really didn't show their happiness in any way of remuneration, really. Just lots of attaboys. Could be because the majority of you aren't elves. We'll see. We'll see. But you traveled overland across the Cron Hills. And we stopped there as you stopped at a way station where a fleeing group of merchants was the only other customers that night. And it seems like they did a very bad thing. They looted graves. And this particular grave had a guardian. Which you've been given until the next nightfall to return the grave goods, or the hauntings will commence. Or you could just leave them. It's not like they're after you. You didn't take the grave goods, or did you?
So here's the thing, everyone. I think the grave goods belong to, let's say, a tomb where maybe my deity would like them returned. So if everybody doesn't mind, I wouldn't mind the party escorting these goods back. But I have a wrinkle. Let's make sure the people that stole them keep them on their person and that we don't actually touch the goods. Let them return them. We're just going along and seeing if there's an opportunity for profit and to see if, potentially, I don't know, maybe like I get some bona fides, which could help us in the future from my deity.
There were a small handful of the merchants that survived, as did, the people that worked there were just fine. The grave guardian had some kind of dust that put everyone to sleep. They were just fine with a mild headache when they woke up. But lots of death the other rooms, leaving a lot of cleaning to be done by the mumbling people that run this place. So, yeah, I mean, put like that, if you tell the rest of the survivors that they're the ones that are going to need to put this back, or the haunting's going to come back the next nightfall, finish off the job, well, they don't really have much of a choice. Fortunately, the people that were really good at navigation died. They know generally the area they came from. And the grave goods are, in fact, still packed on their horses.
I mean, aren't there things attacking them at some point? Couldn't we ask the things that are attacking them which the directions at some point?
Oh, they're gone now.
I mean, yeah, I know they're gone right now, but
Yeah.
hey,
So
we got the
Tristan,
goods. Where do we go?
you know, you have a really great idea. I actually did talk to them, didn't think to ask it. Not my finest moment. Kind of assumed these rapscallions who stole the things would be able to work things out. But you know what I'm most surprised by? Why not just kill the horses? Sounds like the horses are the thieves, really.
We've been in this like mountainous area because it's attached
Yep.
to Celine, right?
Yeah, the Cron Hills.
So
That's where you
I've
are.
been here for like at least a month.
Oh, no.
No?
Oh, no.
Not with the rest and
No.
everything?
No.
Oh, womp. Okay. I can't navigate through here, guys. I tried.
I mean, I might be able to pick out paths that have been used, although mountaineering is not really that.
Yeah, you
Oh,
would
we're
have to
not?
have scouting,
Yeah.
tracking, or be a ranger. Which,
Or a mule skinner,
yeah, maybe.
because I do have survival.
Yeah,
and
anyone with survival can definitely track.
Let me see what I've got.
I have a quick random question while he looks.
Sure.
I just realized in my wealth notes I have a swatch of silk cloth.
Not random enough of a question, Dion. Carry on.
Can I sell it to a merchant?
Could you have sold it to a merchant? Yes, somebody would buy that from you in Celine.
I
There are
mean, like one of
merchants
these
right here.
merchants here.
There's no. They're not interested in buying right now.
Okay.
They're actually interested in letting
Okay.
go of some things,
Okay.
which they'll give you at
Could-
ultra cheap prices if you want to go into that saddlebag and pick them up yourself.
But
good place to retire. You know, it's on the road. By the
Okay.
tavern.
So while Patty is looking at this silk cloth and wistfully wanting an opportunity to sell it, I look down at my new familiar, who I haven't named yet, who's a cat with expert sight and sound according to the manual, and I'm like, hey, little buddy, do you think you could help track these tracks to the place where the tracks stop, where we need to go, where there are no more tracks? And I need to learn how to talk to you, I think.
oh my god.
If it's actually familiar, then you guys kind of have you can communicate mentally.
Okay.
However, cats really, I mean, they can track, but they're not exactly bloodhounds.
No, yeah, they don't have nice long ears drudging up scent into their noses or something. Yeah.
If anyone has the survival non-weapon proficiency, is perfectly fine at tracking. If you don't, you can use your cat.
I have not only the survival,
Mm-hmm.
I have hunting and land navigation.
Oh.
There you go.
I took animal handling, leather working, hunting, land survival, and land navigation.
Perfect.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, you can definitely. So land navigation will get you from point A to B, but that doesn't really help you track. Survival helps you track.
Yeah, but land navigation does help you go take the right track because you can navigate the land.
Not
and
quite
say,
the
"Oh,
same
we shouldn't
thing.
go
But
that
yeah.
way, right?"
Sure.
I like the idea that there's like a fantasy Amtrak, and you're like, it's that track.
It says take E until we
Yeah.
get to 7th Street, and then we switch to
Yeah, we need the orange line, everyone, onto the subway.
Mind the gap.
Yeah. Oops, I need a new familia.
So you have at least one member of the party that can track. I think Patty can too. Your barbarian should have survival.
I don't have it.
Don't
if
have
I'm
it. Okay.
Not familiar with this terrain.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not yet. You haven't been here long enough to really know all all the intricacies of the terrain. So you've got one person that can track, and on fallback, your cat can, if Talina isn't sure at one point or another, the cat can give a consensus.
Nice.
Yep. So there are 6 survivors. And so they've already handled the items. So they basically, take enough horses for themselves. You guys have your own mounts. Actually, no, you didn't get mounts, did you?
No, we did. Mules.
You did?
Yeah,
you
we
got mules.
did. Yeah, we got mules. Yeah.
Well, that's mostly were they for pack animals, or are you actually riding your mules?
I think we said we were riding. I think we did. I think we did actually say we were riding. Yeah.
Because we can do both with them. We
Yeah.
can ride them or pack them if we have somebody who's a skilled handler.
There you go. Well, they have horses, so they're gonna go ahead and set up some horses. If anybody wants to ride a horse, they have extras, since more than half of their party is dead now.
I like the idea of that. Mule, I'd like you to stay here. Maybe find local employment. I found an upgrade. I'm sorry.
You can still pull the train with the mule. I mean, bring it with you.
Stop with your logic. I'm leaving that mule behind.
I'm bringing the mule with me.
So these guys literally cannot take care of the extra horses. So if anyone wants a horse, they can in fact take a horse.
As a matter of course, I will take a horse.
Of course.
Oh man. Okay, so some people are
2
buying bits here. I think
disasters.
that's Jameis out there now buying some disasters for you. So let's roll a D2 as someone is asking here. So 1 is bad and 2 is worse. All right, so merely bad. So we got 2 bad things happening. But there's also 300 bits there for the players themselves. So a little bit of help, but 2 bad things coming down the line.
You know what? In fairness, Bert, we have like 70 bajillion rerolls. I feel as though this is just a karmic rebalancing.
I'm whittling you down, though. Whittling you down.
We're at 36.
Yeah.
I'll use most of those.
So
Tell me your magics. No, I mean really.
So who wants horses? If anyone.
I'll take a horse.
All right, 2 horses taken with barding, saddle, and all that fun stuff. All right, so they're going to attempt to lead you in the direction, and Talina, if when they're unsure, you can kind of take over and see where trails have been cut before, and more likely. So they take off, and here we go. Let's get this started. Yeah, they get lost pretty quickly. All right. So they're like, well, there were mountains.
That's bad thing number 1.
No, like within the first hour, they're literally lost. And Lareth, who is kind of like the self-appointed leader of the group that's left, he was fairly low on the scale of leaders, but he's what's left. He's like, look, we were running terrified at the time. It was dark. It all looks the same in sunlight. We don't know. Although it was largely going uphill, so we should be going downgrade. I know if we get close, I know what the rock formation there looked like. If we can get close to it.
Do you remember a beach?
No, there was definitely not a beach. So Talina, if you want to take over and try to make a trail, go ahead and make me an intelligence check. You will find trails even if you fail. Okay, this is just to see if you can find the specific trail. There we go. 15 versus.
Oh, well, I did a wisdom because it said for
That's fine. Wisdom works.
Survival is wisdom. So
is that a fail or a pass for you?
I don't know. I guess.
What's your wisdom?
Oh, my wisdom is 18.
Oh, it's a pass. Right. There are several trails. I mean, the Kron Hills are not. They're not well populated, but merchants do. This is the quick route to get from the northern to the southern side of the Flyness area here. So it's not unpopulated. You find several trails, but you do find one that's fresher than most. And since they say they've come up this way just last night, You're pretty sure. Yeah, sick. You're pretty sure you find the trail that they used, and it does in fact go. It does go down. It is a slight decline.
Okay.
Right. So
That way.
you're gonna lead. Who's just bringing up the rear? Assuming everyone else is in the middle. The survivors of the merchant train are all going to be in the middle, just looking out for the rock cropping that they know to find.
I'll watch the rear because I can just run around to the front easily enough.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeff, roll me a d12. Okay. Their trail passes a small, not more than up to your just up to maybe your knee or so river that flows through here. And you do see like really heavy wagon tracks coming through Talina. So this verifies that you're on the right track. And
So that's my knee or the mount's knee?
I'm sorry.
I'm on the mule, so would that be the mount's knee? The mule's knee is?
No, just for those that are that are walking. Especially if
okay.
you're tracking, you're probably off and walking at some point anyway. So it's not bad, and it's certainly not very fast moving. So you guys spend like a good few hours going over this terrain, and you do come across a oddly shaped area of hills. It literally looks like someone had cut the tops off. Sorry. Most of the hills in this area are peaked and jagged, very like shattered. These are almost perfectly smoothed off, making small plateaus. And then when they see it, the surviving merchants point and say, "That's it. That's it. There's burrows in there."
All right.
Which one was you took it from? Did they each come from different ones?
We'll know better once we get down there and look. We had to shatter. There were some boulders in the way, but we could see that. We could see passages behind them. So the ones that we opened up, we'll be able to see easily.
So, to everybody in the group here, and I'm saying this where even they can hear, I'm like, do we think we should let them like move a little further ahead of us with all these shenanigans? Like, let them kind of, I don't know, be the first ones upon the scene of the crime, as it were, until things are put back. I'm a little concerned. There were weird things happening the other night, and I'm a pretty weird guy, but they were pretty above the board weird.
I will lead the way and they will be behind me.
Oh, okay.
I think after the
They can
discussion
come
we
in.
had, they understand we're coming to return.
Yeah.
I will make sure they return items. I look to Grownwolf and I go, "It is important to your..." Ooh.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yep. That's pretty much it. It's important to the woohoo. Yep. You got it.
Then I will make sure they do it. And I
Thank you,
look to the
Patty.
merchants and I just kind of snarl at them and just tell them that they have to return everything they took, and I'm going to make sure they do it.
Nice. Okay. So they fall in behind. Patty is leading. You come down and you see that there are these like cave entrances that have boulders that are blocking them off, and you do see a few that have been excavated out, and they point and they tell you, okay, we hit the one on the left first and then the one on the middle, just those two.
All right.
Patty, roll me a d6.
D6. Hiya, 3.
Okay. As you approach the first entrance, the one they pointed out that they took from, there are some fresh tracks on the outside. Something with clawed feet has recently passed here. You actually see like spore You're not sure from what. It's it's poop, but it's got ground bone and viscera in it as well. So whatever ate this thing ate the bones, crushed up the bones as well.
I have the identify on the Druidics powers.
I looked to the merchants and I asked them, were there creatures here when you came through?
Just what chased us out.
What was it?
Well, the things from last night.
There's another creature about. Be on your guard.
All right. They look very frightened at this point. Some of them draw weapons, swords mostly. All right, Patty.
How does the spoor?
Okay, I'll tell you because since you're kind of a nature person, just looking at it, you can tell that it's likely not a natural animal.
Okay.
Yeah, just like what's left in there, there's just kind of mucus around it. It doesn't look like it came from something that is a natural part of this woods.
Would you say the rest of us have caught up now with
Yes.
Patty's?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, like, I know a lot about shit, by nature of who I am and what I eat. And there's nothing natural about this. You're right, Talina. This is not good.
All right. So are you going in then, Patty?
Yeah, I just tell them to keep pointing me where to go and I'll lead the way. And I have my maul out and I'm just walking with
Okay.
it in both hands.
Should we organize what goes where?
What do
You don't want to put this item in that cave when it actually wasn't from that cave.
Yeah. See, so the survivors are there. Like we don't actually know what came out of what. I mean, we know what cave we went into first and second, but we don't know what came out of each one. Also, Patty, you don't see in the dark. It is very dark in here. What are you doing about light?
They had torches before, right? I'm
Mhm.
assuming they
Yeah.
might have lit torches.
Yeah, they'll go to their horses, pull out some torches, get them lit up.
Yeah. I'm just wearing a loincloth. I don't have a torch on me.
So they'll provide the light then, and you go in. You go in first. First thing that you see as you go through this kind of crude rock entrance is it looks like someone had hollowed out or smoothed out this cave, and lining the right and left sides are little niches that have been carved into the walls, and you can see bones laying on them. It looks like they were meant to be put in repose, like a full skeleton here in their funeral garbs and their worldly goods. It's completely like bones are scattered everywhere. Some of the bones look like they were gnawed on. The guys behind you holding up the Lareth holding up the torch looks at it and said, "We didn't do this. But we took the goods, but we didn't do this to the skeletons."
Keep the area well lit. Keep your eyes open. Let me know if you see anything.
I collect a little bit of the mucus poop because, of course.
Because, yes.
Yeah, you never know. And I step in after everybody. And hearing that warning, I say, in addition, like, if you see any like items, like the ones that were in your packs, if there's any commonality between the spaces and the goods, anything you can do to narrow down what you stole and where it should go, now's probably a good time to think about it quickly before we get eaten.
Okay, well, they pull the packs out from their horses and they kind of lay it out on the ground there. Most of the goods seem to be made of like bronze, copper, brass, bronze and copper, some tin items, lots of like poorly cut stones, like crudely cut stones, but precious stones, kind of in with it. So this kind of looks like, just out of Stone Age into early metalworking culture of some sort. And as you're getting in there, any of you that have experience, seeing skeletons before, while these are humanoid skeletons, they don't look like humans. They've got really long femurs. They looked like they were very tall, not giant size, but still much taller than an average human would be, and certainly larger than like an elf or a dwarf would be. The bones are also unusually thick.
Mm.
So Lara tells you, look, we only went in just this far, and he kind of points. It's about 3 or 4 of these niches deep. We just grabbed what we could see right away, and as he holds up the torch, you can see it goes much further back, and you can still see that there are still skeletons laying still in their garb further back, but a lot of them have been pulled off the shelves. Grave goods discarded, skeletons chewed up, bones shattered. Just like a trail of just mess has been left going further back in.
Do any of these skeletons resemble wood giants?
They're not that tall.
Okay.
Very thick skeleton bones. They top out at somewhere between like 6 to 7 feet tall, but not giant tall.
Okay. Well, I was thinking of the wood giants, Vodjarkin, or I can't. But they would be regular to Radic.
Well, yeah, that and the grave goods doesn't seem to fit either, because this was a metalworking culture working with tin and copper.
Okay. So it does look like whatever disturbed the graves and the tomb, like the cutouts where the bones were in the front of the tomb, has traveled further and done it all the way back as far as the torch is concerned. Do we see any prints in dust or dirt that give us a better idea of the size or weight of this thing?
You do see some more of these prints that look like it's a clawed animal of some sort.
Yeah.
And by looking around, like all of you can tell that there's more than one of these creatures. You can't.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hard to tell if there are how many more, but at least more than one. As you get further in, there's also a reek about this place. It smells of recent death. Just the kind of the stench of decay.
Mm-hmm.
And these bones that are laying around have been here long enough that there's no fleshy bits. It's not coming from the skeletons.
No, but some of the merchants died on the way out, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. In the dust, can we get is there any way to tell where some of these items came from, or have things been so disturbed at this point that?
Well, you can go if you want to go further back down there. It looks like there's less disturbance the further back the cave goes.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take everyone. This is not usually what I do, but I'm gonna skulk ahead a bit, and I'm gonna look and see if there are like goods to any of the things in their packs that make it seem like I want to try to get this right. I'd like to not be cursed because of these shitheads. I didn't realize there were multiple tombs. They're really leading us into a shit fest here, everyone. And I'm just going to try to make common sense decisions about the stuff in the packs and not touch any of it, but tell them where to put things if they look like they belong.
Lena's going to stay at the entrance.
Okay.
In case anything comes in through the back way, I'm going to pull guard duty on the tail. I'm also going to take Rusty out of the cage.
All right.
And give him something to nibble on. I'm sure we've got something in the bag of holding or whatever. And have him nearby. But I'll take watch, standing off to the side, monitoring the cave. And I have a horn. I have my horn with me. So I tell you guys, if you hear me blast in the horn, that means there's an encounter out here.
What's Tristan doing?
Trying to work out what to do, really. I mean, I guess he will be in, the first area, just because everybody seems to have gone into the tomb, and there's nothing else he really knows what to do.
All right, so you are going in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so Grown Wolf, you're going... Say again?
The kid we got the bard.
Oh,
Do you want to leave him with me, or are you going to take him
You know
in
what?
there with
Oak's
Torchfire,
character is going to stay back at the inn. So let's just say he's with Oak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Groenwolf, you're going to advance.
Yeah.
Checking these out. Patty, are you going to go with him? Okay. And Tristan, are you going to stay back with the surviving merchants in the first area of the chamber? Take that as yes.
Who are you talking? Are you talking
Tristan, no, I know you're.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so are you
I
staying
didn't
back
know
at the
that.
first area?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that's where the merchants are staying. The rest of you guys go forward. I imagine Patty is leading the way.
Yeah, I was feeling brave, but if Patty's coming with, I'll take a few steps behind.
Groenwolf, some of the grave goods that are now present, kind of scattered around with the skeletons being pulled off of their niches, absolutely resembles the stuff that the merchants had stolen. Again, very crude, like bronze axes, amulets, bracers, things like that, with poorly cut gems in them. Yeah, it's all very similar.
Okay, if there's nothing that feels like this was a tomb that had mostly bronze things in it, then I'm gonna say like, you know what, maybe y'all are best to just cut your losses, leave it all in one tomb, and hope for the best, because at some point either something's gonna eat you or the shadows are going to kill you, and the best thing to do might just be to try to appease the lady by leaving the stuff here, saying I really fucked up, and walking away.
Groenwolf, as you're moving around looking at the grave goods on the ground, you see blood.
Oh, fresh blood.
Yep. And it seems to go further back into the cave.
Shit. Well, hey, merchant folk, you might want to walk down this way and see if any of your friends are still alive. But I think mostly this is going to lead to some clawed animals that are going to kill you. So it's kind of up to you what you want to do here.
Patty, roll me a d6.
Shit. Shit.
Okay. Given your barbarian instincts, Patty, you pick up that there is something in the darkness ahead of you, kind of just waiting and watching, like the hairs on the back of your neck are just standing on end, and your heightened, your senses are all alert. There's a predator back there. You're sure that you don't see anything yet. The smell of decay is stronger.
Hand on Groenwolf's shoulder, slowly backing him up into the previous chambers where the others are.
I catch
Mace
what's going
in the
down.
other hand, just staring into the darkness.
Talina, outside. Roll me a d6. Two. You think you heard something. You're not quite sure. So imagine that you're on this side of a hill where there's these burial mounds, just mounds of rock. You're standing right outside of one where the rock in front has been shattered. Right next to it is another, and there's probably some more along the line that the fronts haven't been shattered. So down that line, you think you hear something, like the sound of maybe a pebble dropping, some stones that have been shifted, scattering a little bit, but it's just very subtle. That's all you hear.
Okay, then I will. Is it a far? Well, I won't go too far from the entrance, but I'll move quietly enough if I can to investigate a bit.
Okay. I don't believe any of your classes gives you a better chance of not being surprised. So you're still surprised on one or two, I believe, unless you know offhand any of your classes to give you anything special. I know Rangers get something special. You don't get anything special from your race.
I do have a rust monster with me. I don't know.
Roll a d6. Ooh. So as you're passing by the mouth of the tunnel next to you, not the one everyone else went by, it's dark. No one lit any light source down there, and you don't hear anything. So you're just kind of slowly creeping by. But just as you're passing the tunnel, you're giving an instant warning as Rusty kind of gets excited. He does this little thing with his tail, and there's a big source of metal nearby that he's interested in, and he turns towards the tunnel. So you're not surprised. Do roll initiative.
D6, right?
D6, yep. As you're not surprised, you do have a chance to cast if you want to declare casting.
Let's see, I rolled a 3.
All right, so not casting, simultaneous. All right, so clawed limbs are just reaching out of the cave, and they're trying to drag you in. So they're basically doing an attack to drag you in. The skin is kind of gray and rubbery, hands ending in very long, gnarled claws that are. They look like a human hand, where the nails have grown very long and kind of very calcified. They're kind of brittle and cracked, but the skin does not look natural. It's very grayish and rubbery. So that's all you see is these limbs reaching out quickly to try and snag you and pull you in. What do you do?
I'm going to employ my boar spear the way it's supposed to be employed. When something comes within reach, letting it impale itself on it.
Mm-hmm.
Using the reach of the boar spear and my positioning.
Go ahead and make an attack roll. All right, that's going to miss. There's several rerolls on the board. Do you want to go with that, or do you want to use a reroll?
I will use a reroll.
Okay. Dion, did you get all the rerolls that were put on the board there?
Yep, we're at 35 now with this reroll.
Yes. Thank the people that bought very bad things to happen to you for this.
That I will accept.
All right, so you hit medium creature, 4 points of damage. Now, the good thing you did here is it's a boar spear, so it's got that cross guard on it. So you impale one of the creatures so that it can't get its strike on you, but there are more than one. So the other two are going to be able to get their strikes on you.
Okay, and I believe it's double damage.
Only if you're setting versus charge.
That's what I was doing.
They did They did not charge you. They were like right at the edge of the cave and just made an attack. So you get reach because you've got a pole arm, but you can't set against something not charging you.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the other two attack. What's your AC?
My AC is 5.
It's an AC of 5. Okay. Are you Elven?
Nope. I'm human.
D6. All right. Make a save versus. Well, actually, yeah. Make a save versus poison. Six points of damage. That's a failed save. Do you want to take it, or do you want to use a reroll?
I will use a reroll.
All right. Mark it off, Dion. Okay. The scratch burns and itches, but otherwise you're okay. So you took 6 points of damage. This next round, depending on what you do, I'll let other people react, but rounds are very quick when you're in combat. So go ahead and roll a d6 for your side, Jeff. If you've got a dex bonus, add it to it. And are you casting?
Okay. Yes, I will cast.
Okay.
And I have a +1 to the side.
Okay, you go first. So you impaled the one enough to keep it from attacking you. Then you can pull back the spear so that you're not still attached to it. Up to you whether you do that or not. But you go first. You know there are 3 of these creatures just inside of the cave mouth. Seems like they're trying to stay out of the light.
Okay. Well, I immediately go to my angle spell.
Mm-hmm.
And will cast on that.
Okay, how many segments does that spell take?
3.
All right, so just informing you, just because of how the combat initiative works, they will attack before your spell goes off, because they go on 4, you're on 2, your spell will go off on 5. So if they attack and they do damage to you, you've wasted your turn, because it will nullify your spell. So are you sure you want to cast that spell?
Okay, I guess, yeah, she's Druid second warrior first, unfortunately. So,
Okay,
yeah.
you're going to go with that. All right. Did you retract your spear, or do you want to keep the one on the end of your spear? If you do that, well, no, you have to drop it because you need your hands to cast. Yeah, you're going to have to let it go.
I mean, she's gonna go with the combat. She's gonna continue fighting.
Oh, you're going to continue fighting. Sorry, misunderstood. Go ahead then.
All right, so let's see here with the spear here.
Okay, that hits. You want to hit the same one that you attacked before?
Yeah,
Just basically
and,
pull back and lunge again.
Yeah, and I get 2 attacks because
Okay.
it's specialized. So
Well, you just drop the one, so you can make an
Yeah.
attack against one of the other 2.
Okay, and then
That will miss.
okay,
You're going to take the miss?
I'll take it.
Okay. Their turn. 2 of them can attack. One is going to hit you. The other one is going to miss. You have already saved, so I'm not going to make you save again. So it's just 2 points of damage. Meanwhile, inside, Patty, you start backing up after telling everyone there's people or there's something in front of you. And just as you're saying that, green pupils kind of light up in the darkness. They're kind of approaching slowly. It looks like they're trying to just stay just outside of the light that's shining forward from the torches. It looks like whatever it is, there's a number of them back there.
Keep the lights handy. Drop the goods somewhere at the altar. We leave now. And I'm just still backing up
Okay.
and like making sure the merchants are also doing that.
All right. So that's what you're doing?
I'd like to briefly instruct my tabby, who is named Scabby, to get up and out of the way of danger. Scabby, somewhere high.
Okay. So as you're doing this, and as you're backing up, something is hurled through the air and strikes one of the merchants that's holding a torch, killing him instantly. And as you look, as he drops the torch, what was hurled was the head of likely one of the other merchants.
What the fuck? That's perfect, Bert.
All right. Tristan, so you were in the middle of the merchant, so you just kind of like turned and you saw this happen. Yeah. A head was chucked, hits one of the merchants, and you hear the crack of his own skull as it's enough to break his neck, and as he goes over, dropping the torch, which starts to sputter. Actually, there's a chance that it goes out. And goes out.
This is horrible. All right.
So he wasn't
Well,
the
if I-
only one holding a torch. You've got 2 other people holding torches, but now some of your light just went away.
Well, if I can't see them very well, they can't see me. So I will draw out my swords and swap them over and
Right.
things
Draw out the
go
sword that
invisible.
makes you invisible. All right. Good enough. So Tristan goes invisible. Let's go ahead and do just initiative on just 2 different battlefronts, but we'll go ahead and just do initiative. So Talina, since you're still in single combat, you roll initiative, add your dex to it. You guys, Dion, roll initiative for your side, for your party. And is anyone casting this round?
I cast. Well, no. No casting.
Okay.
Not on me.
Yeah. See, casting when you're the only combatant is not a good idea in first edition.
Nope.
There are very few spells that go off in a single segment. All right, Grown Wolf, you casting?
Yeah, so I am going to cast Mirror Image, which is kind of like my default first cast a lot of the time now.
Wow. Yeah, sounds good.
And I'd get 1d4. Oh, you rolled it for me.
No.
Okay.
I'm rolling
Okay.
for two different sides. You go, Dion rolled it for your side.
Oh, I'm roll. Oh, never mind. I thought you were asking me if I was casting right now. And okay, we're good.
Yep. So let's handle Talina. So you rolled a 3 to their 5, Talina. So they go first. All right. So there's 2 of them, and again, they're trying to basically pull you into the darkness of the cave. Natural 20. Okay, one of them hits you. Okay, so with a natural 20, it only does 1 point of damage, but go ahead and your choice. Either make me a strength or a dex check to avoid being pulled into the darkness of the cave.
They're both the same.
All right.
I'll just do a dex check.
Okay.
Let's just do a dex check. So my dex is 16. So
Okay, you succeed, but it's a low success. They fail. So you manage to, it reaches out, it scrapes your skin as it grabs a bunch of cloth on the front of your tabard or cloak, and it yanks, and you're able to just kind of turn so that it just rips that piece of cloth off instead of pulling you inside. So that's their turn. What are you doing now? So you were attacking instead of casting. So
okay, so now it's my turn to attack, right?
yes.
All right, so skirtless now.
Yeah. Now you can do a fighting withdrawal so that they don't get an attack on you, and just step back so that they can't. Because right now you're standing literally right in front of this darkened cave, and they don't want to come out into the light, so they're just reaching their arms out to grab you. So if you want to take a few steps back as a fighting withdrawal, you could still use your spear because you've got reach.
Right. Honestly, Bert, to not metagame, I don't want to use the light thing because I don't notice it now.
All right. Yeah.
What I'm using, I'm thinking tactically, I have them. This is the Conan maneuver, right? Conan in the doorway.
All right.
I've got them in the doorway. I don't want them out. I don't want them surrounding me.
Okay.
So
go ahead and make your attack.
With what I got. My attack. This time it's 1 attack.
Okay.
With the spear.
14 will hit, 7 points of damage. You damage it, but you do not down it. Okay, inside.
And, at the time, I want to actively be calling out.
Yes, there we go. So you guys hear Talina yelling. It sounds like she's further away than just the edge of the cave, though. For the next group of people, Dion, you rolled a 1 for your side. They rolled higher at a 5, so they go first. I'm going to say with 1 torch down, they're able to reach you, Patty, since you're at the furthest extreme of the light. What's your armor class?
1.
Wow. Several things strike out at you from the darkness, and you weave and bob and turn, and none of them are able to get a purchase on you.
Nice.
Yeah, your guy's turn. You Grown Wolf, you cast how many segments?
It is 2 segments.
Okay, then Patty, you can get your attack in if you want.
Sure.
You figured out the light thing, so if you wanted to do the tactical withdrawal into more light, you could do that. Up to you.
Can I? Well, is Grown Wolf getting back?
Yeah, he's already. Yeah.
Okay.
I still have my hand on you, I think we said.
Yeah,
there we
if
go.
you
Yeah.
got back, then I'm coming back too.
Okay.
And then, can I use the maul one-handed?
What's your strength?
18.
You can swing it one-handed, but not good enough that you could use a shield as well. So, if you wanted to do something with the other hand, you can.
I just wanted to hold a torch.
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Okay. I
This
pick
is
up the torch
small.
as I back up.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
basically,
hold that out.
you're losing a little bit of your leverage by using it with one-handed. I mean, you're strong, but you're not like giant strong.
Mm, I'll
But you can do it.
down the dice. I'll down the dice damage.
No,
for
no.
it.
I'm just gonna give you a minus to the damage. Your
Okay.
hit is the same, so go ahead and make your to hit roll.
Okay. So, I can attack while I'm doing this. I thought I was withdrawing.
Do you want to do a fighting withdrawal? Like it takes
Yeah.
several steps back. Okay, then you do that. Not a problem.
I'm doing that to get to the torch as
Mhm.
everybody else is
Okay.
getting back, and I just pick the torch up and I'm holding that ahead of me.
All right.
and
So the
I'm
torch that fell to the ground went out.
Oh, well, I hold it behind me.
Yeah.
I'm like, lights.
Somebody
I'm
light me.
waiting for a merchant to light it as I keep like my maul in front of me ready.
Okay, Tristan, what are you doing?
Well, if everybody else is retreating,
Yep.
then I guess I will try and go out to see what Talina is facing.
Okay.
Seeing as they seem to be.
As soon as you get out of the cave mouth, you can see Talina is fighting a battle in the right in front of the cave mouth of the cave next to you.
Alright.
So
Well, making
you just
my way
moved a
over
little
to
bit.
there, then.
You still have an action if you want to do anything.
Well,
with it.
moving my way over there.
Okay.
To go and
Yeah,
attack them, I
you're
guess.
invisible, so no problem.
do.
And then Grown Wolf, your spell is cast,
Yep.
and many Grown
And-
Wolves appear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Four more than before, which is too many.
All right. So since everything's mingled now, we're going to do this as combat in the same location. So let's have, let's have Grown Wolf roll for your side. Is anyone
Okay.
casting?
Yeah, I'll be casting.
Okay.
It's trying. There we go, too.
Okay. Simultaneous.
Oh.
All right,
We do that a
so-
lot, Bert. We do that more than feels statistically likely.
Well, a D6. It's
Yeah.
fairly.
Yeah.
What spell are you casting? How many segments?
So I am casting Enlarge on my cat. And it is a 1-segment spell.
Okay, so it'll go off. So they'll get theirs in before it goes off. But you're not the object of attack right now. So you guys are retreating. So the light's retreating. The creatures in the cave are kind of pushing forward, but they're staying at the edges of the light. You can kind of see their green eyes glowing out there. Talina, you don't know that anyone's coming to help right now because Tristan is invisible.
Correct.
You still got 2 of these things trying to pull you into the cave. Go ahead, make your attack. Or attacks.
I
You
get 2 attacks. So
Yeah.
Rounds over on. Let's see here. Without the taunting.
Okay.
That's one down.
All right. So if that one strikes the one that's already wounded, that downs it.
And that's
And
the
that
second.
one's going to miss. Okay. Do you want to use a reroll or do you want to go with the miss?
Do it.
Good. I don't want to take everybody's rerolls. I reroll
Do it.
all night.
Do it.
All right. So if you're going to take it, that's a miss. Leaves one. Well, they actually can both attack because it's simultaneous. I'm going to say, though, that because you've got that boar spear with that T-bar on it, that will keep one of them from being able to attack you. But the other one can. Missed. Absolutely missed. Tristan, you're out there. You see these rubbery grayish arms reaching out, and they've got these cracked long fingernails on them trying to pull Talina in.
I mean, I'll stand to the side of the entrance, and as soon as one of the hands comes out and is extended, I'll just try and chop it off.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah, make an attack roll.
sounds good.
It's +2. Yeah, +2. They are unaware of you. Actually, +4. +4.
And this is when we realize that Tristan is the deadliest member of the party in perpetuity.
Definitely not. At least I don't think so.
Backstab.
No, well, he can't backstab because there's only a limb
Can't
exposed.
see a back.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
that's something that's got to go wrong there. Yeah, that added.
Just roll with it, Tristan.
That just add too many. Yep.
Okay. You can just roll a d20, however you want to do it there.
Talina's going to be extremely grateful tonight.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
That's going to hit. That's going to hit.
Yeah.
All right. We can take the
Nice.
damage from the roll that you did. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's just
10 points of
yeah.
damage.
I
Okay.
could say no. That's only 7 points of damage because it's
7.
adding bonuses twice. 'Cause I haven't-
All right. So yeah, you cut into the flesh. It doesn't cut as deeply as you would expected. This flesh is just really rubbery. It bounces a little before it's able to really cleave into it, but it does do damage.
Oh,
Patty, are
I'm
you
here. I'll say as well,
Yeah.
so you know I'm here.
All right. So yeah, you hear Tristan call out to your left. Patty, you going to continue to back out of the cave?
Are all the merchants and Grunwolf getting out?
Grownwolf is casting. He's in the middle of moving his hands and saying funny words.
I'm waiting for him to start moving before
Okay.
I go any further. I'll stop ahead of him,
All right.
and I'll make sure that the merchants. Did any of the merchants light my torch?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a lit torch. So the torch goes in front of me now, with them all, and I'm just waiting. And I'm I kind of look over my shoulder for a second. I'm like, get going, magic man.
All right. Since you're still in, but you're kind of a very large target in front of everyone else, I'm going to say you're basically the brunt of this. All right. 3 axes are hurled out of the darkness. They're these bronze, old-style axes. One of them hits you.
I deflect one with the torch, I deflect one with the maul, and I take one right in the chest. Just.
3 points of damage, glancing blow, but it does get you. And yes, Richard, you can spend 4 for an instant success on any roll that you have to do.
It's because I flexed upon impact, so it didn't go in deep.
Yeah. So whatever it is back there is starting to hurl some of these grave goods at you.
Oh.
But nothing hits Grownwolf, so a spell goes off. And
Yeah,
suddenly your familiar is enlarged.
Yep. I just wanted to enhance Scabby's chances of coming out alive during this. So yeah, and I enlarged the cat and as a free action, essentially just okay, we're retreating, and just call a familiar with me as I back up. That's it.
How much larger does it make him?
So according to the spell, it says to a maximum increase of 200%, but 20% for each level of the caster. So 20 times 7. I mean, he should be a 200% sized cat.
Okay. Yeah. Still,
Close enough.
Yeah, well, it still fits in the cave, but your cat has now gotten to the size of a very large bear.
Perfect.
I'm going to say that goes to her head and she charges.
Yeah. Now that the cat can take out its owner, it will, because every cat would. No.
Not charging you. She charges into the darkness.
Oh, no. Damn it. Scabby.
All right, so you hear the...
Well, everyone else retreat. I've got a problem here. 20% per level? Yeah. So.
All right. Next round, since we're not quite out of it yet, let's have Grownwolf roll.
Okay.
For your side. Anyone casting?
140%. I will be casting again, yeah. All right, D6, 3.
5. All right. So there's still one damaged out fighting Talina. Tristan, you're invisible. It's going to attack Talina. It's going to try and do that grab maneuver again. Absolutely misses. On the inside, they're going to fight the cat. Okay. All right, so yeah, you hear the cat doing that thing that tomcats do. There's lots of hissing and wailing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go out and do Talina and Tristan. It's your guys' turn. You're still one of these creatures that's just really bent on trying to pull Talina in.
Okay. So, quick question before you out of character. Are we doing slashing, piercing, bludgeoning damage types?
I am using weapon against AC, if that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering because I'm thinking I was just in my mind the resistance that he had with the,
Yep.
with
Those rules really
the
only
sword.
those rules really only work when someone's actually wearing armor, though. There's the caveat that monsters don't really wear armor, and so those rules don't really work against monsters. But yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking of because I've got a piercer with a spear, and but
Yep.
it's
You have been more successful than Tristan has.
Well, let's see if we can keep this.
That hits, and that is enough from Tristan's damage to take it out. So it falls to the ground. A little bit more of it rolls out of the cave, and you see just this horror show of a face that's, again, this rubbery gray. It's got, like, its mouth is full of blunt, rocky teeth with a couple of sharp canines. It's got a really pronounced, almost a bat-like snout and really tiny eyes. It seems to be, it's hairless, kind of gaunt looking.
Where'd you find a description of my immediate family? I'm curious.
Mountain folk. Obviously,
Yeah.
mountain folk.
Cousin Freddy. Okay, can I do any kind of roll to recognize?
After the fact, I mean, we're still in combat, so let's let everybody go through.
Okay, so nothing strikes me right there.
Nope,
Okay.
not offhand. Tristan, are you gonna? You can see the rest of your party starting to slowly retreat out of the cave, and you hear this just almighty battle of some kind of ferocious cat creature going on in the other cave.
Well, I'm going to keep an eye on this cave just for this round, because I don't know if there are others in there or not. I'm hiding just behind the first ones.
Okay. Yep,
So, yeah.
sounds good. Grunwolf, you were casting. What were you casting?
Yeah, I'm casting Sanctuary because I might need to go after my cat.
Okay. So that'll go off in a few segments. So, Patty, what are you doing? The magic man is moving his hands and mouth again.
I sigh heavily and I just take a full action to set my maul down
Yeah.
because I still want to keep the torch up because that keeps me safe. I know that. I saw that happen. I rip the axe out of my chest and I throw the axe back at the enemies.
Just blindly? Okay. Roll a d20.
I will say this too, Dion. You have seen me cast Sanctuary a few times now, so you know I should be safe. You know I'm okay.
All right. That
I'm going to
missed.
re-roll that. I'm re-rolling it.
Okay.
You thought. Yes.
Well.
Oh, okay.
Well.
Yeah. Roll a d6.
All right. That's a 4, and my strength is a +2 damage bonus.
6 points of damage. Okay. Nice. You cast Sanctuary. It goes off, and bounding out of the darkness is your very large cat. It's got one of these creatures in its mouth that is still kind of struggling. It's still alive, but it's got it in its mouth, and it's in your cat pounces out of the cave.
Oh, great job, Scabby. I think we can leave now, Patty.
All right.
Pick up my maul since I don't have an axe in my hand anymore, and I'm ready whenever he is.
Okay. All right. So, Tristan and Talina. This is just like one last hurrah here. Tristan, roll a d6 for your side. Just you two, though.
1.
Okay. All right. All right. One of these bronze axes is hurled out of the cave, cleaving the air a few inches to the left of your ear, Talina. Strikes a tree behind you.
All right. I take. Oh, I don't know. Can I act now or?
Yeah. What do you want to do? You don't see whatever it was that threw that.
Right. I go to the. I immediately go to the side of the cave entrance. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not like right out there, but I'm right near there, spear ready for anything to come out. But I'm on the side of the entrance.
Okay.
Out of axe hurling range.
Sure. Tristan, you doing anything?
When this giant cat comes out.
Yes, you see this giant cat come out with something wiggling in its mouth.
What happens? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tristan.
I was just going to say, I'm already on the other
All right.
side of the thing, so I don't know that I need to move.
Okay. So when you're out, the thing in the cat's mouth starts to, it's like really, it's wriggling really just very strongly. The cat's biting it, so some of its blood is getting in the cat's mouth, and it just spits it out. It starts doing the cleaning itself thing, trying to get the nasty out of its mouth. The creature is in full sunlight now and is covering itself and huddling down. You see lesions start to grow on its gray skin as it seems to be having some kind of reaction to the sunlight. Everybody can make me an intelligence roll. Everybody can.
Nope.
Succeed, but middling.
Okay. Also succeed with Jeff, Richard.
That's a giant cat.
So the thing on the ground, for those of you that passed, even with a very low success, resembles some kind. You've heard of ghouls, creatures that are they're not undead, but they feast on dead things. They're like carrion creatures. You've never heard of anything quite like this, but it seems to be characteristic of it. You know that, Grown Wolf, your moderate success there tells you that it has a paralytic saliva, and its claws can generally cause paralysis. But again, this is a little bit of a foreign subject of that. It doesn't look exactly like either of you have heard ghouls to be like.
So this is like a greater ghoul of some kind, I think, everyone. What do you say we tell those merchants to just chuck the grave goods into that cave?
They left the grave goods
They
on the
did.
floor of the
Okay,
cave.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
They got
Any-
out too, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Except for the one who was killed
Yeah.
by the head of his buddy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he was at the head of the pack, and that's just what happens. Yeah,
That is what happens.
I'd
want
like
the
to.
head, the arms, the hands. I mean, it'd be great for if we get to a university or somewhere, turn it in.
Unless you're going to stop it, and anyone can take an action to stop it. The creature is going to try and get under cover as its skin continues to boil off in the sun.
I'm gonna mash it with a hammer.
Yeah, you do so. It's not capable of defending itself.
Bonk.
Okay. Knowing what I know
It's
about ghouls generally, I'm gonna clip the nails and try to see where the poison glands are, collect some of it. The stuff that I would definitely do, basically.
Grown Wolf's got a little venom collection kit. He's trying to shove
Yeah.
it in the mouth. Like, come on, baby.
Yeah.
Let me milk you.
Well, you know what? Not only that, I'm thinking I might have to just generally immunize myself to this stuff over time, maybe. AKA, man, this stuff drops you down a K-hole. Woo!
Microdosing, cool. Poison.
Now, the ones that I have dead over here, are they just decaying or whatever?
There's the arm and a bit of the creature is out. So after it's dead, the skin is doing the same thing. It's like getting a very bad case of sunburn and starting to blister, but much slower than the one that was still alive.
Neat.
I mean, we can pull it all out so that people can have a better look if they need to, or Grown Wolf has a second supply.
Yeah.
Poison here. Yeah.
Not to mention, Patty kind of ruined the other one's teeth, which I was also interested in. So as long as it seems safe, I wouldn't mind taking a look at the head of the other one.
Your cat
Yeah, take the whole
expresses
skull.
a cat-sized fur ball, or excuse me, a giant bear-sized fur ball spat out.
Scabby, this is why we're meant for each other. I too expel things of enormous size and dubious quality all the time.
I'll drag the other body out with
Okay.
my maul. I'll just
Oh, okay. Nobody warned you. Sorry.
Oh. I never even thought of that.
You get hit by another axe.
Oh. Right in the chest again.
2
I
points.
flex.
Almost the exact same place.
So, yep, right in the same one. So I still finish what I'm doing. I pull
Yeah.
the body out. I put the maul down. I pull the axe out. I throw it back in the cave, the direction it came at me in.
Just flex
Just roll a
powerfully
D20.
and pop out.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
All right, you hear a
D6.
scream from deep in the cave.
4 damage.
Jeez.
And I just into the mouth of the cave, so it echoes. It just goes through the
All right.
entire complex.
Yeah, you hear some scurrying in the darkness. No
I
more
put a
axes come out.
I put a finger in my ear and I go, I kind of liked it when Patty was more quiet. You know, everyone, there was less ear ringing.
All
I,
right. So
Drag the body over to Grown Wolf, and I put it down, and I point at it, and I go, "For you."
Yes, I'm hoping to learn its magics, I say as I start to pry open the mouth.
Patty just smiles and nods. Teach yourself magics.
Thank you, I will.
imagine that your bag of holding is filled with just bits and parts of various creatures.
Big containers of ethanol, you know.
All right, so that was the grudge creature. That was creatures that was bought by the generous donation of listeners.
I love it.
Thanks, viewers. We really appreciate this.
Oh, I lean over to Grown Wolf, and I'm out of earshot of the other merchants, and I go, "Do we kill them now?"
I don't really see the harm in it. You might want to ask Talina. I think Talina might be a little nice. I'm not sure.
So we don't kill them.
Well, I mean, ask Talina. If she's cool with it, I'm cool with it. You know that. I don't. Tristan, do you give a shit? I don't think you do.
Oh, I mean, have they done something bad?
I mean, they kind of defiled my lady's grave. I just wanted to make sure the stuff got back. But I mean, I don't need their money per se. That's what I'm 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. It's basically up to Patty and Talina at this point, unless you're the deciding vote, Tristan. I don't care.
I mean, I'm not all that happy about feeding the people who just tried to kill us, but, you know.
Yeah, that's true. I don't, Patty. Why do you want to kill them, Patty? Because I don't. Much like my lady, pretty neutral on the matter. Go figure.
I just kind of motion at the entirety of myself.
Reach out an axe wing. Axe wing.
That is what I do. I pick up everything and make things dead.
Well, you know what? We are traveling for a bit. If they're traveling our way, maybe we use them as meat shields until we're gone. And, you know, maybe they're useful.
Keep in mind the visuals, because as a barbarian, Patty doesn't wear armor. So it's just like this glistening giant.
I'm just always really sweaty, just glistening.
You're always so moist.
Reminds me of
Coconut oil.
there was a cartoon strip in Dragon magazine where it shows Conan with a bunch of stitches and bandages, and his doctor says, "You know, this might not happen if you'd wear armor once in a while."
What would be the fun of that?
Who needs armor when you have muscles?
You'll flex, and it doesn't go through. All right, so what are you guys doing? It's late. It's late in the afternoon at this point.
We don't want to be here in the evening.
Now, you took a lot of time getting here because you were tracking. If you head back to the way station, you could make it back before full dark. It'll be getting dark by the time you get back, but not full dark.
Which we need to do because Oak is still there, including the manservant that we glamored essentially too. So we need to go back.
Let's beat feet. Try and like do a fast pace.
Now, we put the stuff back, and that was the request. They didn't task us to rebury and do a ceremony and all that.
Yep.
Just bring it back. We did that. And even if we didn't do it right, they're not after us.
Right.
They're after Larry and Curly over here.
Right. And all the axes that they threw at me, I threw back in. because I was scared to take that with me. So
Jeff, what's Talina's alignment? Neutral?
So, it would never got to the point where, where I was actually asked, but, she's not adverse to killing people who are braves.
Yep.
She's not adverse to it.
So
She's
I guess
adverse to slavers and people who go out and kill for no reason. Let's kill the barmaid kind of thing. No, I don't deal that. But with these guys, we're tomb robbers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I fall on it too, Jeff. Like, same thing. Grownwolf's like, they're kind of shitty.
I was going to ask you, do you feel better now? Does your lady say something?
That's what I was going to say. I'm hoping tonight at the inn, everyone's getting some shut-eye. I'll, do my usual thing. Maybe this time I don't go to another plane to stab somebody. Instead, maybe I get a message in a bottle. Who knows? It's really kind of just up to her. I wield no power in this situation, like many relationships.
if I wake up and those weird shadows again, I'm killing every single one of these people.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, let's not maybe get in the way of the shadows this time. Like the shadow, the fella who controlled the shadows knows that we're on his side now. So maybe we'd be okay. We'd give that a shot. Let them just kill the riffraff. Maybe.
There's a
Leave
man
them
who
to their
controls
fate.
the
Let's not even
shadows.
stay there. I wouldn't even want to stay. I'm not even in the favor of staying indoors with them anymore. So.
Since you guys are speaking out loud and not really, they have been subtly moving towards their horses, and they are running for it. They just hop on the horses and go.
Interesting.
I mean, those of you that have missile weapons can, kill some people if you want.
I'm kind of offended. I'm kind of offended by them trying to run, Bert. I'm not gonna lie. And you know what? We're going to have a sweep before this, so I'm casting Fireball. I'm just going to fuck them all up.
Oh, the horses.
I rolled a morale check, and you guys are just talking out loud about all of this. So they're like, break and run!
See if you move faster than the speed of light, assholes.
All right. How many segments is Fireball?
Let me double check because I wasn't planning. I didn't have it up. Hang on. It is 3 segments.
3 segments. Okay, so they would get 3. So, okay, hold on. I got to figure out how far away they would be once you can actually cast the spell. So, let me just do a calculator here real quick. Give me a second.
I can catch up to them. It's fine.
10.
I just get in
I'm sorry about the
linebacker position.
horses now.
Yeah. It collateral damage, unfortunately.
All right.
We still have the mules.
72 is still within your range, I take it.
Okay, yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
Now, the horses that Patty and Grownwolf took are still there. I mean, they just took their horses. So
Okay.
they get 72 away before your Fireball goes off. So, yeah, roll it.
Okay, that's 1d6 per caster level, so that's 76.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right, 22 damage.
22 damage. So everybody in there takes 22. Well, the horses might actually live. Let me check something.
Yay!
Horribly burned and partially cooked, but alive.
Dinner!
All right. Well, all the merchants die. And 3 of the horses make it out. Only taking half damage from the Fireball. They made their save. All the merchants. Well, one of the merchants saved, but half is still enough to kill him.
Okay.
So 3 of the horses break and run, their manes and tails on fire as they're continue to gallop on. The other 3 horses are burnt to cinders.
Is the carriage just left there then?
They didn't take a carriage. They just took individual horses.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they don't have any like satchels or anything there then?
No. They just brought the
Okay.
grave goods. They're packing light.
Alright, cool.
And I turn to everyone and I say, at least we know there's enough bright light now to keep those things in the cave at bay for a bit, I guess.
This
as
is
like half the forest.
Well, no, this is an unforested hill. So
Okay, it's unforested.
Yeah, I
Okay.
hit a couple of shrubs and bushes that are on fire.
It's a message from God. There's a burning bush.
There are a few squirrels that are vowing vengeance on you and your line.
A plague on both your houses grown old.
May you eat interesting things.
That's not a curse. That's just what I want to do.
Blessing.
All right. So what do you guys do?
I grab friend and Grunwolf and I pull him real close to me and I lift him up and I go, "Teach me your magics." Because I've never seen him do fireball.
You know what? I'll say this, Patty. With as slow as you seem to gain experience out in the field, I'm trying to not metagame this. As slow as you seem to be cool, you're a little slow on the uptake. You might actually have time to learn some magics with all that extra time you have. With it seems like you kind of maybe know what you need to know as a barbarian. I don't know.
You stick to magics. I kill things.
As he says that, the cat goes boop, back to cat's eyes. I just like the visual of like, teach me your magics. I don't know, maybe you could. Whoop.
Yeah, the cat becomes small.
So
Rusty is chowing down on those bronze axe heads.
Hell yeah.
Rusty saved your life, Talina.
Yeah.
Back
That
to
was
the inn.
unexpected too. I just remembered. Oh, he's with me. He gets a roll, and you think about it. He's used to the dark. He's used to confined areas.
Yeah, but they're not going to attack. They're going to just go for the largest load of metal. I mean, that's just.
No, they're not. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I didn't expect him to. In fact, I didn't want him to.
Yep.
I just, just the sense of knowing something was there was all I needed.
It's like, ooh, I haven't eaten that metal before. What's that? Nice. All right, guys. Again, late in the afternoon. All the
We're heading
merchants are
back to
dead
the,
now.
place.
Let's just go back and pick up the rest, and let's move on.
Okay.
I do like the idea that the flaming horses are out in the world and maybe eventually catch up to Odette's charmed horse that has been told to just ride forever in one direction.
They form a pack of wild.
Exactly.
They take notes. It's like, you know those guys too? They're a bunch of assholes.
That's right.
Right. All right. So, are you going to stay in the way station overnight, or are you going to travel through the hills at night?
Say travel through at night. I have no problem traveling at night.
I thought it was dangerous at night.
It is dangerous at night.
Yeah.
Pretty damn dangerous staying there at night too.
Yeah, I think.
Well, all the
Maybe
people
we
that were
should
being
just-
haunted are dead now, unless you get haunted
Yeah.
by the people that were haunted.
Yeah.
Mm,
What if the ghosts of the people who we killed that are being chased by the ghosts of the people they... You're right, DM. This is a lot going on.
So
You guys can
stay
stay
or
the night if you want. I'll sleep outside. I'm good. I'm good in the stable.
the mute boy. You'll
Okay,
be sharing a
window.
stable with the mute boy.
Yeah. I'll give him a night he can't talk to anybody about.
oh my god. Yeah, you got.
Dear Roadhouse Forums.
Yeah, because Brendan has to recharge spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that, and you guys have been traveling all day. I mean, you haven't slept, so
Yeah.
you don't have to sleep here, but you might want to set camp somewhere if you don't.
I think it's safest probably there for now, and then we can set out
Yeah.
first thing in the morning.
I think the things that were causing danger are currently smoldering in an open field with some pissed off squirrels.
Yeah.
Well, if you do stay there the night, nothing. There's no haunting further. In the morning, the proprietors of the place, basically, Egwin, the wife, will come out and speak to you and said, like, well, we'd like to take the remaining horses to compensate for them not paying for the rooms and the damage that was caused. But if you want to go through their saddlebags and take anything, I'm sure that would be compensation for your troubles.
Okay. Talia, were you hurt?
Yeah, I took some damage, but I tended to it. It's no biggie.
If you still have a couple, just heal instead of it's 1 HP when we sleep, right?
Plus con bonus. Yeah.
Plus con. So heal 2 plus your con, because I apply first aid last night.
Oh,
I'll
he's got
say.
these nasty poultices that he throws on you.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I just
well,
like hawk up a loogie and rub it in. And
some dirt.
It's the
You guys
stuff
ever
that
see that movie Rabbit?
it's the stuff that he rubs into his muscles to make them all glistening. And
Glistening?
It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff.
Makes axes bounce off. Also, wounds heal fast. Smells like skunk ass. So looking at the party, does it? Oh, sorry, Jeff.
I was just wondering if you guys ever saw that movie Rabbit Test.
Mm-mm.
It's
No.
a real old movie, and that's one of the what's the name? Joan Rivers plays gypsy woman,
Okay.
and he has to do this kind of thing, and she takes crickets and roaches and throws them in a little mug and then spits in it, and she's like drink like that, and he's got to drink. That's what I'm picturing with him here.
Man, for Gronwolf, that's like a courtship ritual. That's great. Who looks the worst off? Who's feeling real bad right now? Because before we go,
I don't think anybody got really damaged during all of this.
okay. I know that Patty took some damage protecting me, so I'm gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on Patty.
I fully healed.
Oh,
with the
okay.
sleeping. Yeah,
Okay.
I get a con bonus of Jesus Christ, so
Oh, yeah, Espiritu Santo Amen, I guess.
I healed like 8-9 HP a night or something.
Oh, fuck you! Your barbarian's too much. Go to hell. You should never level up again.
Oh, it'll take him forever to level up. That's for sure. Yeah. All right. So we're just going to time hop a little bit. So you guys head off. You're heading for Hamlet, which is just across the mountains and away a bit, to meet up with company that some of you guys were employed by at the beginning of all of this mess. And so you do arrive. A little trouble. If anybody was lacking a hit point or two, you're going to be healed by the time you get there. You will have to. It'll take 2 days to cross the mountain and get there. So Hamlet is it's a village of some size, but it is a village. It doesn't have all the hospitalities of a large city. They do have a money changer here, and they've got a smith, a few other things. If you look on the left-hand side of the map there, it kind of details out what you can find here. But up in the corner here, let me ping it on the map, is where your company has kind of set up more or less a permanent camp. They've been here since the start of this whole mad adventure that you guys have been on. When your characters went missing, they, of course, went to look for you. And this is, by the way, catching up with the lieutenant in the camp, Berthard. He's the guy that's kind of managing things. When they went to look for your characters, those of you that were part of the company at the time, they unearthed basically a cult that was setting up shop in an old garrison that was out here. And they cleared it out. They managed to get a hold of the leader of this cult. And they're holding him for interrogation, trying to find out what the cult's aims were in the area. There's been an upswing in brigands attacking recently. That hasn't been a problem until the last few months. Trying to find out if there was a link there. Over several days of interrogation, getting a little bit of information, an assassin was able to make it to this cult leader and execute him before anyone was able to do anything about it. The assassin was caught and killed. Unfortunately, the killing was necessary to keep him from escaping, so they weren't able to interrogate the assassin. So they're left with a lot of questions. Something is going on in the area. There is a very well-connected cult that is forming that seems to be hiring brigands, or the brigands are part of the cult. They haven't been able to figure that out yet. So you guys are rejoining with the company here. You're given, those of you that are here at the beginning, you tell them what happened to you, why you've been gone for months and months and months, and what happened to you. So you're given a place to stay here. So you're going to be here in Hamlet for a while they're trying to figure out what's going on with these cultists. Many of you weren't part of this company when it all started. So would you like to hire on?
Yes.
So Patty, Talina, they have great benefits, most of which I don't know what they are, but I'm sure they were because I'm very smart and I signed on to work for them. So I hope that's a ringing endorsement.
Are they PTO? I hate PTO.
Basically, they are. It's a mercenary company, but they tend to only work for very specific people. They are mostly employed by the Lords of Greyhawk and a few of the other communities in the area that are really trying to tamp down on all the chaos, trying to bring a better environment for the merchants and for wealth to be able to spread and peace in general to happen. So while they are a mercenary band, they do have an ethical code that they kind of work from.
Okay.
What is it? I don't think I'm part of this company either.
You're not.
So,
Yeah. You came
Oh.
on much later, Tristan.
so only Oak and
Friendon.
Groundwolf.
Yeah. And if it ever happens that Nintendo can rejoin us, she was
Yep.
part of the original company as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, I want to have the bard sign up.
Oh yeah, maybe we could get it. Yeah, I like that.
Give him a job.
Oh, it's been a month.
Oh.
Oh no.
He does not escape.
Oh.
I would like to think that with enough time with us, maybe we were pretty amiable folks. Maybe he becomes a real friend bird. Is that too much to ask? We killed his family, sure, but we're nice.
You magically enslaved him as well.
Potato,
Or
potato.
caused-
I mean, yeah.
But-
Ask nicely, convinced with magic.
On the plus side, he is letting him live out his dreams of becoming a bard.
That's right. And we're giving him stories.
I'm sure young Inigo Montoya will forgive us.
Grown-up looks down, has 6 fingers. Oh, shit.
All right, so again, you made it to Hamlet just fine. So yeah, the company does extend if you would like to work for them, and it could just be, you don't have to commit to the company per se. If you just want to be available for them to hire you on a case per case basis, they're actually doing that with. There's a few retired adventurers that live here that were very useful in helping to kill that assassin that came into the town, as well as collect some information. Right now, it's a very delicate. There is a Druids Grove in the area. The Druids here have been around long enough that there's some history, some lore that they're trying to get them to talk about. Because apparently, 100 or so years ago, maybe more recent, there was a very large cult in this area that caused a lot of problems. The Druids helped to stop that, but currently they're not willing to talk about it. So there's been some open negotiations with the Druids of the Grove to try and find out more information. There's also this thing about all of these highwaymen, the robbers that are still in the area. There must be some link between them and the cultists, but they haven't been able to take without killing any of these highwaymen. So there's several things that they're trying to do right now. All of it concerning around gathering information, trying to find out who these cultists are.
Well, as far as Talina is concerned, she has her friends, and she's gone to battle with them and everything, so she's comfortable with them, and it's not out of the question. However, as soon as she hears about a Druid community, first things first, she has to go check in. She has to report in.
Yeah, there's also the thing about depending on how established the Grove is, to be accepted, you might have to do some Mortal Kombat to work your way into the Grove.
Ooh.
Yeah,
wanna
I don't
be
know
in
if
a
I want to work my
grove.
way in, but I want to at least check in.
Pay your respects.
I mean, I'm not going to be an outside druid just tromping in. I'm sure there's rituals and formalities that have to be attended to.
Right.
For a visiting druid.
Mortal
And-
Kombat.
Oh, yeah. And if that's no problem, but she has to do that first.
Yep.
So, I'll leave that part, the part about joining the mercenaries, I'll leave that for the moment, and I will, once we get a place, I will head straight to the Druid Grove and see what what my commitments are there.
Sure. Pardon me. There's also an official church of Cuthbert here as well. This is new. Like the construction of the temple was fairly new as well. And they've been helping to try and find out what's going on. They kind of set up a bastion here just in case that these cultists end up being a real problem. So that's here. Let's see.
Nice, by the way. Best omelet I've seen.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where this came from. Well, actually, it's right there at the top of the map name.
Joshua.
Yeah, Fontaine.
Fontani,
Yeah, it's a very nice map.
It is.
Best one I could find out there. All right, so you are wanting to check out the Druids Grove. Does anyone else have ideas of anything they want to interface with or work on or anything else? You're welcome to stay in the camp here, but there also is a very fine inn, which some of the members of the company have decided to stay there instead because it's, feather beds, and they have the money to afford it.
I'd like to go to our original employer and get Scabby signed up as a member.
Scabby's already signed up as an indentured servant to you, so...
Aw, I want a little tag or badge or something.
Little tag to go around her neck.
Yeah.
There's like building and stuff going around.
Yes, there is.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm
buildings.
trained in proficiency in carpentry, so I'm gonna sign up at the fighters thing, and then I'm gonna go and help out, offer my services as a carpenter to help out.
Well, right now the Church of Cuthbert is the big one that's hiring and has a decent amount of money to pay for it. As a skilled carpenter, definitely you can get hired on if you wish that.
Yeah, I go to the church.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the home of the elderly and see if any of the old folks there know of this cult. Because it's been a while since I've been around. We've got somebody checking out the Druids that seem to know something. I think I'll go talk to the older folks.
Actually, if I remember right, back when Jeff was playing, he ran a scam on the elderly folks here. So I don't think the elderly folks are really happy with your company.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay, no, you can do that. That's fine. You're a new face.
Okay.
They haven't seen you around.
Yeah.
Trying to find the name of the inn here. I think it's the
What
inn
was
of
the
the
guy's
welcome.
name? Lucas? What was the kid's name?
You know what? We
named-
didn't know last time either. I don't think we remember. I think we just need to name him.
Yeah, we named him Lucas last time. I have it written.
Okay, Lucas works. Yeah, that'll work. Yep.
It's the Inn of the Welcome Wench. They have several nice rooms for rent. They have great food there. Most of the people take their meals there, or they purchase their food there, bring back to camp. So, yeah, you can stay in the tents or you can get a room, whichever
Late
you wish to
lunch.
do.
Can I stay at the church?
What's your alignment?
Chaotic neutral.
You can stay at the church, and you can take meals with the laborers, but you're going to get preached at while they're doing it, and they're going to try and convert you.
That's fine.
But you
It
can
just
stay there.
just goes in one ear and out the other. I'm not smart enough to really grasp it.
You know, Cuthbert also uses a hammer as a weapon.
And I pull out my maul. And pose. And
He also likes crushing.
They hear Patty ask one time about magics, and they're like, "Have you heard the good word of our clerics?"
They will teach you their magics.
Hey, they'll love his work ethic, though.
I
Yeah.
just go into paladin.
Barbarian to paladin.
That's
man.
the thing with barbarian. I thought barbarian should do something else eventually, just like Conan did. Right?
Yeah.
Started out
Yeah.
barbarian.
Pirate, thief,
Went to
king.
fight.
That's right. Patty ends up
Um,
being the true protagonist of this campaign by the end. A learned scholar, practicer of magics, and detector of everything downwind 100 miles away because of how
it's
overpowered the class is.
I just have a
Yep.
monocle.
All right.
Sitting on a big iron throne with a big maul, all beard, still naked.
Yep, still naked.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm gonna offer my services to work for money
Yeah,
as a
absolutely.
carpenter
Yeah, they'll
there and
pay.
all that.
But if you want to
Food.
stay there, yeah, they'll give you just some lodgings, roof over your head and meals. But yeah, you will be preached at
Pamphlets.
during those.
I listen. I just I just listen and respect it and learn because it's new to me. If there's like a confessional, there's gonna be a moment, like a scene where I'm confessing like my life as like brainwashed like bully for a bunch of liches and how
The
I
person
moved
hearing
on
your
from
confession
evil.
runs out of the other side, tears rolling their face, screaming, pulling at their hair.
Yeah,
Are
there's
you
that
going
moment.
to be priests several times to your confession?
All right. Let's do the Grove real quick. The Grove is Jaru Ashstaff is the head of the Druids Grove there. Okay, so you would know the basic formalities of this. What are you going to bring as an offering?
Hmm. Um, I don't really have anything. I made it a point not to take any money from these guys other than
Oh, it
I'm
wouldn't
going
be
to equip
money.
myself.
It wouldn't be money. It would be something that you've created or crafted in general. Bringing seeds from another place, it's your. Even if you don't worship the exact same spirit, you're all kind of one people, as it were. You're not an outsider, so you would know that you should be bringing a gift of some sort. Best if it was made by your own hands.
Rust
Yeah,
monster.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I have leather working, so
Yeah, you could do
and we
something with
did
that.
kill some stone ghouls, so that's good. No, but leather working, I guess some type of uh, some type of leather accoutrement of some sort. Maybe I don't really know.
All right, no, I mean, you just craft something. We can just leave it at that
Yeah,
as an offering. Make me a wisdom check. So you go and present yourself to the Grove.
I have a wisdom of 18, and I rolled 18.
That is a
Critical.
critical success. Okay. Well, you find that Jaru is actually new here. He was sent here on a particular mission. You also find out that this Druids Grove worships the same spirit, the same animus that your grove did. So you are immediately taken in. You go through, the night's rites. You feel right at home. At some point during that, Jaru takes you aside and tells you what's going on. He was sent here by the Hierophant specifically because there is a great evil in this area. There was a great temple of here 100 years ago. It opened a plane to the abyssal realms. It was a very near battle, a pitched battle. They were not able to destroy the gate and all of the evil. They were able to contain and seal it off. Jeru was sent here because these cultists that have been active in this area, he believes, or the Hierophant believes, that they are trying to resurrect this ancient evil. He doesn't know yet who to trust. He does, tell you that the company that's in town seems to have good motivations, but there could be agents of the cultist amongst them. So he is not willing to trust them. But after going through the rites, he does trust you. The Grove is spread thin. They don't have enough agents here to look into the old temple. If you're willing and have people that you trust, they will tell you where the ancient temple is, which is something that the company doesn't know. And they don't want to say anything about it because somebody traipsing through there, not knowing what they're doing, could release what was bound on accident. So if you're willing, he would like to put this task upon you. He will send you with what he can spare from the grove here and anyone that you can trust.
Well, I let him know right off the bat that the companions that I made were companions of the moment.
They're all real assholes.
You know, I was gonna say, in fairness, like the stories you tell maybe might not make us the most trustworthy.
I bought some horses earlier.
Yeah, they're companions of the moment. They're companions of necessity, but they have proven themselves to be number one capable, and in situations we found ourselves in, loyal to their comrades, of which I believe they consider me one. But I want you to understand, these are not good guys. These are not so bad guys.
Well, a balance is what we strive for.
Then we have a bit of balance here. It's a slight tilting of the balance, but they take care of their own, and they've accepted me as one of their own, and they listen. So I don't consider myself to be a leader type, but when I give a piece of advice, they at least consider it. So I'm comfortable with what you ask, as long as you know that I won't be with a band of knights in armor.
We've found that such have goals of their own and would be the wrong people for this mission anyway.
There are places they can go that you will never find a paladin.
Yes. We will show you the signs to look for of tampering of the seals, what the seals should be. Note that this temple is a mockery of the elemental forces. They've been bent to the will and desires of the agents of chaos. We lacked the power then to destroy them. The seals, we hope, are still intact. We hope that the cultists abound in this area now are not connected to it, but at this point, it's slim. It is the most likely thing, which means someone else has found out this information, which we all at the time, at the end of that battle, swore a pact to let that information die to the pens of history. So no one would be tempted to unleash or harness those forces. So let me instruct you. You'll know the signs to look out for, perhaps you and this band of not so good people.
Very well.
Will be able to be our scouts. So you spend the night there in the grove as he shows you the signs, shows you the seals, shows you what to look for. Make me an intelligence check, please, to see how much of this you can absorb. Oh, hey, look at that. Eidetic memory. Every single
thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a failure. Are you going to keep it or are you going to reroll?
I'll reroll.
Okay.
That's a little better. I was 16 as in my intelligence.
Okay, so that is it's a moderate success. You want to keep that?
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay. You
Low
retain the
level,
most
I'm a third
important
level
things.
druid.
Yeah. You're sure the most important things you have down. So we will end it there, guys. One of your party members has a route to this old temple. How you're going to approach your companions with this, and whether or not you're going to entrust any of this information to the company is up to you. You have not at this point signed on to the company since you said you went to the Grove first. So we will see how that goes on. Let's just do our outros. Richard, who had very little to do tonight. I apologize, Richard.
No, don't worry.
What do you got going on?
I'm lazy. Blah blah blah. Twitch. Blah blah blah. Video games. Blah blah blah. LMTD TM FFR. Blah blah. Say it with me now.
Limited
time
offer.
no
vowels.
Exactly.
Dion.
Hello, I'm Substances Used on Twitch TV. I'm playing through Arc the Lad 2. I'm doing pretty well, apparently. I'm steamrolling it. So I did 2 days in a row of streaming. I'm gonna try to do a late night stream tomorrow after I hang out with my roommate. But otherwise, you can catch me playing D&D with all of my super cool friends, like here on Steam Steel Murder, or on Featherfall sometimes, or over on Folsham Arts channel, or over wait, that's it. Oh wait, no, I might be somewhere on Sunday night. So you might want to check out Drunks and Dragons and see what's going on there.
Likely
So,
Drunks and Dragons.
most likely. You never know.
Brendan, what you got going on?
So aside from looking forward to next week here, which is always happening, I stream art almost every day of the week on Twitch except Wednesdays. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be streaming. The only reason I bring this up and talk more than I usually do about this, something a little different. In my Discord, if you want to check out my Discord, I'm going to stream making some tabletop RPG art in video chat with the community. So if anybody's here that wants to hang out, doing their work, want to get stuff done tomorrow, I got some NDA stuff I can't stream. I'd happily hang out with anybody in this video call or in this chat. So
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff.
I'm mostly here as far as gaming. This is my one and only, so I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you guys have me along. Other than that, we're approaching a release of Dicey Tales Revised, putting the 2 issues together, adding additional material. I posted on Discord the cover that we have, and also have it on Dicey Tales on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram now. And with my son's help, I'll keep all of those 3 up and going. And I did start a Facebook group for Dicey Tales that not only is Dicey Tales, but other pulp games as well, just pulp in general, for those interested.
Cool stuff. That will be fun to finally get this out into the public. So if you found us, Steam, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We stream Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, various old school and fun things as they come about. Check out the podcast at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com. 11 plus years of podcasting goodness there. But we're going to say goodbye tonight. Thank you all for watching. Have a very pleasant evening.
Goodbye tonight.
Night.